At our family reunion, my dad raised his glass and said, "I'm proud of all my children. Except the loser." He looked right at me, and everyone laughed. But what he didn't know was that I had the truth in my jacket pocket, a sealed paternity test that would shatter everything. That night, I didn't argue. I didn't beg. I just exposed the truth, walked away, and took back everything he never deserved, including the luxury car I bought him. Sometimes, the best revenge is choosing yourself. If you love emotional family revenge stories, subscribe to Reddit Murmurs and hit the bell so you never miss the truth behind the silence. It was supposed to be a celebration. A warm family gathering filled with laughter and old memories. Maybe, finally, I could feel like I belonged. But I should have known better. My name is Ethan, and for as long as I can remember, I've been the outcast. The quiet one, the sensitive one, the disappointment. My father, Thomas, never missed a chance to remind me that I didn't measure up. Not like my older brother Adam, the golden boy with the finance job and lake house. Or my sister Jessica, the Instagram perfect mom of 3. I never understood why he resented me. I followed the rules, got decent grades, never caused trouble. But to him, nothing I did was ever enough. Still, I kept trying. For years. That night, during dinner at a fancy countryside resort, he stood up with a wine glass in hand and his arm around Adam's shoulder. "Let's raise a toast," he said, smiling around the candlelit table where 20 relatives sat. "To my wonderful children. Adam, for taking the family name to new heights. Jessica, for raising 3 beautiful kids. And the loser." He looked straight at me. Laughter. Hesitant, but real. My cousin chuckled into her wine. Jessica snorted. Even Mom gave a weak smile. But it wasn't a joke. I froze. My chest tightened. What Thomas didn't know, what no one knew, was that 3 weeks ago, "He's not your real father, Ethan." At first, I didn't believe her. But she showed me letters and photos. I paid for a paternity test. It confirmed everything. So when he humiliated me, I didn't react. I just reached into my coat pocket and slid an envelope across the table. "Before you go on," I said, "open this." He opened it. His face drained of color. He read the page once. Twice. Jessica leaned in. Adam grabbed it. My aunt gasped. "What is this?" Thomas asked. "The truth," I said. "You're not my biological father. Now I know why you never loved me." Silence. Heavy and cold. He stammered, "This has to be fake. Your mother." "It's science," I interrupted. I stood up. My voice was steady. "You spent your whole life making me feel like I didn't belong. Now I know why. But my worth doesn't come from you. It never did." I looked at Adam and Jessica. "I wish you all the best. But I'm done pretending this is a family." I walked out. I didn't look back. I drove to a quiet hotel and checked in for the night. The next morning, I made one last move. I called the dealership and had the BMW X7 I'd given Thomas for Christmas, paid for with my startup bonus, repossessed. He called me that evening. Screaming. "You ungrateful little bastard." Click. I never answered again. And I never would. That night marked the beginning of something new. For the first time in my life, I wasn't living to please a man who never saw me for who I was. I was living for me. In the weeks that followed, I disappeared from the family group chats. I left the shared Dropbox folder of family photos. I even blocked their numbers. Cold? Maybe. But it was necessary. I had spent 28 years trying to be accepted by people who never cared to understand me. It was time to build my own life on my terms. I poured myself into my tech startup. The same one that funded Dad's BMW. I stayed late, took risks, signed new contracts. In 6 months, we tripled our client base. In a year, we got acquired. The buyout made me a millionaire. Funny thing is, the more successful I became, the quieter my family got. There were no congratulations. No invitations. Nothing. Which was fine by me. One day, I was invited to speak at a tech conference in my hometown. I accepted. The auditorium was packed. As I spoke about resilience, leadership, and choosing your path, I spotted someone in the back. Jessica. After the talk, she came up to me. "Ethan," she said, eyes wide. "You were amazing. I had no idea." That I wasn't a loser? I replied. She looked down. I'm sorry. About everything. I nodded. Thank you. I hope you're doing well. She opened her mouth to say something, then paused. Dad's not doing great. He misses you. I gave her a soft smile. He never had me to begin with. And I walked away. Sometimes revenge isn't loud. Sometimes it's not cruel. It's simply choosing peace, power, and purpose over pain. I didn't burn bridges. I built new roads. And I never looked back. If you felt something in this story, subscribe to Reddit Murmurs for more powerful, emotional stories that prove your past doesn't define your future, you do.